We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. Yesterday we started second canto, means Shukadev Goswami started to speak to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj fully surrendered to Shukadev Goswami and inquired from him, what is my duty now, and also for all others, especially for those who are about to die. So Shukadev Goswami is a spiritual master. Yesterday we heard that when someone becomes eager to go back home, back to Godhead, Krishna is residing in his heart. He knows what every jiva did and what he wants to do, what he desires. He knows everything. So there is no, we cannot deceive Supreme Lord. And there is a guarantee. If someone, Krishna says in Gita, Nahi kalyan krit kaschit durgatim tata gachati. If one wants kalyan, means eternal welfare, then he will not be deceived or he will not be degraded, he will not go down. Why? Because Krishna inside his heart knows. So he will make that arrangement that he will meet bona fide Guru by the grace of Krishna. And this bona fide Guru will then show him the way, how he can get it. So it depends on us, not on our intellect to choose and judge and like this, who is good, who is high, who is bona fide. No, it depends on what is our desire. If we are deceiver, cheater, then we will be cheated, deceived by the grace of Krishna for our own good. But if we are sincere soul, Srila Sai Maharaj told, then it is sure that we will meet a bona fide Guru. Krishna comes in the form of Guru to grace such souls. So Shukadev, because we came to know from our Gurudev that many sages, they were giving different advices to Parikshit Maharaj. You are a king, so you should give in charity. Then another said, no, there is no time, only 7 days left. You should do yagya. Then another Jnani said, no, there is no time, where you will collect all articles and this. There is no time. He should study Vedanta and this and meditate. Then he can get ultimate welfare. Then yogis say, no, there is no time to study all scriptures, and he should just do as yoga process very quickly. He can meditate. So Parikshit Maharaj was thinking, they are not in unison, they are not in unity. They are giving different advices and refuting each other. If I will accept one advice, then others will become angry. They will curse me. So what I have to do now? Then he thought, I am from Pandav family. They are surrendered to Krishna, and I was also rescued by Krishna when I was in my womb. So I will take shelter of Krishna. So he took absolute shelter of Krishna in his heart and prayed to him, O Krishna, I am from such family and I fully surrender to you. You kindly please show me what is the proper path. Then immediately, when Parikshit Maharaj did this in his heart, immediately Shukadev Goswami came, sent by Krishna, his own person. Then Shukadev Goswami started to speak. Yesterday we heard that it is very good, your question, it's very glorious. And this answer should be prime subject matter for hearing. Not politics and these things, but Harikatha, and it is approved by all transcendentalists. Yes, but those who are materially engrossed, they will have many other subject matters of hearing. They will have no time to hear Harikatha. And then he says that such persons, they are passing their nights in sense gratification or sleeping, and daytime for earning only for that sense gratification, so they have no time. Persons, I'm reading again, persons devoid of Atma Tattva do not inquire into the problems of life, being too attached to the fallible soldiers like the body, children and wife. They will all fall down, means they will die. Although sufficiently experienced, they still do not see their inevitable destruction. Gajendra, when he was in trouble, the wives, they started to cry what they can do. And other his friends, elephants, they tried to help him, but no one could do anything. So there is no other shelter. Even Gajendra tried with his own effort, but could not. Then when he took shelter of Supreme Lord, he was rescued. But who will take shelter? Only those who have accumulated Sukriti. It is mentioned there. So this is very important verse. I'm reading again. Yesterday we heard from Shukadeva Goswami. It is in Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami mentions this verse when he explains Vaidhi Bhakti. First, Vaidhi will come to give us impetus to serve Krishna and how we should, because no natural love awakened. So by Shastra and Guru's order, and there is a reasoning, Shastric evidence and also reasoning. So Shukadeva Goswami told, O descendant of King Bharata, one who desires to be free from all miseries. Everyone wants and to get happiness, that is every sentient being. One who desires to be free from all miseries must hear about, glorify, and also remember the personality of Godhead, who is the super soul, the controller and the savior from all miseries. So here Krishna is a supreme Lord. In Vrindavan, they are not serving him or loving him because he's supreme Lord. They are having different type of vision of Krishna. That is high stage. But this one, so our Gurudev also, he was very precise in picking up appropriate words in English. So we all know that glorify, when spoken by Srila Sai Maharaj, and also there one meaning is like that. But our Gurudev found in Oxford Dictionary that glorify means like you are speaking some qualities of some person to praise him, like a flattering those qualities which he does not have. To speak high of someone which he does not have. Gurudev said this sort of glorify meaning is not applicable here. No one can glorify in this sense Supreme Lord or Vaishnavas, that you will speak more qualities than they actually have. No, that cannot be applied. That is why our Gurudev, he preferred to use the word, we should sing the glories of devotees or sing the glories of Supreme Lord. Means we should narrate those glories, and that is also unlimited. No one can finish. So this we have to understand. Glorify means to actually sing the glories of Krishna. But even that we cannot do because that is unlimited. But our Gurudev told, if we are humble, sincere, and have service attitude, then we can please Krishna by our attempt to sing his glories. Otherwise, if we, with vanity, with false pride, I know everything and like this, if we sing, then we will actually limit him. We will actually criticize Supreme Lord. If with vanity we speak, and our Gurudev gave one example. In India, in, I think it was in Assam, some village, so one boy, somehow he could get good education by some money, and in Calcutta, and gradually he became a lawyer, and he became very high post, one judge, means very high position. It is a fact, not story, it's a fact. He very high position in court he got. So after that he came back to his village to visit. So other people they brought him to to his grandmother, and they told him he came back from Calcutta, he got education, and grandmother, because she was simple-hearted and she did not have much experience of outside that village, only that simple knowledge, but she blessed him. Yes, you may become a constable. I wish you should become like a constable, like policeman or watchman, because according to her idea, that was the highest thing possible to get. So out of good intention, she blessed him. So that grandson, he was not hurt, because he knew that is her capacity and she's not having wrong mood. So he did not say anything, although he had so much higher position than that constable, unimaginable, but still he was happy. Yes, she's blessing, because according to her capacity, she wanted to bless me for highest position. Like that, our Gurudev told, if with humbleness we sing the glories of Supreme Lord, then that will be accepted as service. Although we can never fully sing the glories of Krishna. Impossible. In Shastra also you will find, in Vedanta Sutra, whether it is possible to describe Supreme Lord or not. Then so many arguments, no, it is beyond mind, beyond speech. Different scripture they are giving arguments, but the ultimate Siddhanta is you can describe, but never fully, because he's unlimited. So our Gurudev, if with humbleness we sing the glories, what we heard from bona fide Shastra and bona fide Guru Vaishnava, and if those who are realized souls like Shukadev Goswami, they will directly speak from Lila, then they are humble. They always know it is unlimited. So they have no vanity. But if someone intellectually, academically, he learned something and speaking with vanity, then that will be like a criticism of Supreme Lord. It will not be service. So glorify means we have to sing his glories, not in the sense of like flattering or speak highly of someone which is not there. Our Gurudev warned that type of meaning which is in dictionary we should not apply here. So we can be rescued from all miseries if we do this. And also Shukadev Goswami told the purpose of all practices, Vedic practices, either karma, yoga, jnana yoga, or ashtanga yoga, whatever you do, ultimate purpose is to remember personality of Godhead at the end of life. Ante Narayana Smriti. That is the purpose. Like that verse in Padma Purana. Smartavya Vishnu, Satatam Smartavya Vishnu, Bismartabhyo na jatu chit. That verse, the point is to always remember Vishnu. That is the rule. And prohibition is to not, means to forget him. That is, you should not forget him. This is the purpose of all practices of Vedic. So there it is stated that all are servants of these two principles. To always remember Krishna, never to forget him. So if there are some things which are not mentioned in Shastra, in the list of positive injunctions, but they make you remember Krishna, that is allowed. If there is something which is not mentioned in Shastra as a prohibition, but it makes you forget Krishna, you should not do that. Purpose is that. Purpose is not to do that thing for its sake. No, purpose is of all those practices is to get remembrance of Krishna and to not forget him. Once also Gurudev told me in Chandigarh, I still remember because so emphatic, means from realized platform, Gurudev told, he was asking how is program. Then I explained to him, like in the morning, and that then Gurudev said, yes, it is good to have functions, but you should always remember Krishna. Always. Not only like during programs like that. Always you should, because you have to know. I am of Krishna, all are of Krishna, we belong to him. So we have to serve him. Always you have to. Means Gurudev wanted to upgrade because first we think if we will have program once in a week, that is very good. And Gurudev also said, yes, it is very good. Then he said, after some time he said, now you are having once in a week. But then you should try to have 2 times in a week. And then every second day. And then every day. So like this. And then also when I told him now 2 times, they say, yeah, that is very good to have function, but you should always remember Krishna. That is ultimate. Always. And then Gurudev said, you should to forget Krishna, that is a mistake. I still remember what kind of impact Gurudev made, because he's established on that platform. He told to forget Krishna is a mistake. Really, it is a mistake. We are his eternal servants. He is eternal, we are eternal, so always we have to serve him. So if you deviate, if you forget him, that is a mistake. It is offense. So it is duty, but we have to do all these practices so that ultimately at the time of death, we will have that remembrance of Krishna. That is possible only if you constantly practice in your life. Then that can happen, and if you will remember him, you will go to him. Like one time, there was very much cold in Calcutta, so during winter, so we were taking sun, and Gurudev also, and heavy cloth and like this. So Gurudev's health was not so stable at that time, but annual festival in our Chagda Mat, Jagannath Mandir, that same Jagannath which was brought by Jagadish Pandit from Puri. Mahaprabhu sent him, you go to Puri and preach Harinam. So Jagadish went there, took darshan of Jagannath, and when coming back he was feeling so much separation. From Jagannath he could not go Then Jagannath appeared to him in dream. Why you are worrying? You take me with you. How are you taking? Jagannath said, I have many forms that samadhi, when they make new deity, that all this in samadhi there. So you take one of those. I am that. And simultaneously he appeared to the king in dream, and he said, you have to give to Jagadish my form, my deity, samadhista deity. Then Jagadish, how I will carry you? Then Jagannath said, you don't worry, I will make myself very light. That is big deity. I will become very light. You just take one stick and one cloth at the end, and you carry me on shoulder, and some Brahmins also will go with you. So really Jagannath became very light, and Jagadish was walking, but when they came to Chagda, or Chakradaha actual name, then Jagadish went to take bath in Ganga, and he kept Jagannath on the shoulder of Brahmin. Already he was carrying that Brahmin also. Sometimes like this, shifting. So that Brahmin suddenly felt Jagannath is becoming very heavy, I cannot hold him. So he put him on the ground. When Jagadish came back, then he understood, oh, Jagannath wants to be here. Then he changed his plan to go to Mayapur. He understood he wants to stay here. So under tree, Jagadish was worshipping in the beginning. That is same Jagadish from whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was a baby, he wanted to take that Ekadashi offering to Vishnu, rice and everything. He wanted to take that. Otherwise he would not stop crying. Same that Jagadish. Personal associate. They are Yagya Patnik Brahmins. Yagya Patnis. Yagya Brahmin Patni. Those Brahmins who are doing Yagya in Vrindavan. So Jagadish. But then king came. And before it was like this. If any deity is in someone's kingdom, then king has to take care of him. It is his duty, responsibility. So king from Krishna Nagar, that is in between, Chakradaha is between Mayapur and Calcutta. So Krishna Nagar is capital, right? So that king, he thought Jagadish, he is very poor, so he wants to take advantage. He brought this deity, so now I have to take care, and he wants to take advantage of me. So no, you take him to where you want to go. You cannot keep him here. Then Jagadish said, I wanted to go to Mayapur, but Jagannath wants to stay here. I cannot move him. Then king said, okay, if that is the case, then I can move him. Then Jagadish said, yes, if you want, you can try, you can move him. Then when king tried with all elephants and everything, and he could not move him, then he understood, oh, it is Jagannath's desire. Then he prayed for forgiveness, and then that king built that temple, which our Parangurudev later got, Seva. So annual festival is in January of that month. Then there was some apprehension that Chakradaha is more cold than Calcutta. It is open area in like near Ganga and open, no nothing, village. But that Jagannath place is totally open, nothing around. So now Sevaks were worried. How will take Gurudev there? His health is not stable and it's very cold. I was also worried because I just recovered from cold. So what to do? Then one day when Gurudev was coming back from watering Tulsi, then he saw Vasudha there and he asked, so what we should do? We will go to Jagannath? She said, I don't know what you desire. Then Gurudev looked at me and he showed to me and he said, it depends on him, like depends on me. So what, we will go? I said, Gurudev, whatever you desire, but I told him, I heard that there is more coal there. I heard. Then Gurudev smiled and said, the jug, anyhow we have to die one day. Anyhow we have to die one day. But if we go to Jagannath and we die there, then we will go to him, isn't it? We will go to his dham. Our Gurudev went there, so we should go. Then we all understood Gurudev wants to go. It was clear. Then Gurudev smiling and he was coming and like about to enter the room. Then he looked at me and he said, don't be afraid. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Because I was afraid again I will catch cold. I was more afraid for myself. But Sevaks, they were worried about Gurudev, about his health. So Gurudev said, don't worry, nothing will happen. Then really, by Gurudev's grace, when we were there, we had heavy clothes, and actually on that day, the sun came in Chagda. There was many days there was no sun, too much foggy and like this, no sun. But when Gurudev was there, sun came to serve. So everything went on nicely, but the point is, Gurudev made this point. Anyway, we have to die, but we have to die remembering Supreme Lord. Then if we remember Supreme Lord, then we will go to him. That is the purpose. Purpose is not to live or die. Purpose is to Ante Narayana Smriti. We have to get that remembrance of Supreme Lord. That is the requirement, not this material only survival like this. That is useless if there is no remembrance of Krishna, only to survive. Then what about that? Nothing. No value. Value is to get a remembrance or darshan of Krishna. So Gurudev, we have to die anyway, so that is anyhow. But we will get him if we go there. Then Shukadeva Goswami told, at the end of the Upper Yuga, I studied this great supplement of Vedic literature named SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, which is equal to all the Vedas, from my father Srila Dvaipayan Vyasadeva. You know that Vyasadeva, he divided Vedas into four. There was only one Veda, but Vyas divided. That is meaning of Vyas, one who divided. And then he also wrote Upanishads and Puranas, Mahabharata, Gita within it, but he was not satisfied. Then he surrendered to Narad Goswami. Then Narad Goswami told, you did not speak clearly about Supreme Lord and about pure devotion. That is why you cannot have peace of mind. For his satisfaction you have to write. Then by the grace of Narad he wrote Bhagavatam and he was happy. Then Shukadeva Goswami, when he went immediately to forest, he did not want to get entangled in worldly relations, immediately went. And Vyasadeva was calling Putra, but that is on transcendental platform, not mundane. But anyway, Shukadeva Goswami went. Then, when Shukadeva Goswami was in forest, then Vyasadeva told to woodcutters, you chant that verse from Bhagavatam. He made them learn one verse. They did not know the meaning. Only he told them, you chant this. They were chanting everywhere. Then Shukadeva Goswami heard that. Oh, what is this? It attracted him. Then he asked them, what is this? Where you go? We don't know. But your father gave us this, so you have to go to him. Then Shukadeva Goswami came back and he heard from Vyasadeva Bhagavatam, and he became fully attracted to Krishna, as he will say. So at the end of Dwapar Yuga, I studied this from my father, Srila Dvaipaya and Vyasadeva. Parinishthitopi Nairgunya Uttama Shloka Lilaya Grihita Cheta Rajarshe Akhyanam Yat Aditavan. O saintly king, I was certainly situated perfectly in transcendence, yet I was still attracted by the delineation of the pastimes of the Lord, who is described by enlightened verses. Parinishthitopi Nairgunya means beyond Triguna, he was well established. Our Gurudev told, not practitioner, but realized Brahmagyani, well established. Realized, but it means he's making his introduction, Shukadeva Goswami, so that his decision on what is the duty for Parikshit Maharaj will have like justification. So our Gurudev very nicely he explained this like Shukadev. I am Shukadev. I am Shukadev. That is not false pride, but to make the justification for what he will say, that will be correct for him to do. I am Shukadeva Goswami. I was well established in Brahmananda, bliss of impersonal. I was not interested in anything. As you know, Shukadeva Goswami went young, naked. Ladies did not think it necessary to cover their bodies when they were naked. They're bathing in the lake because they saw he is not staying in this world. He is above this world. He is not seeing man, woman, this last. He is not seeing. His vision is always little up. So they did not feel necessary. So he was already beyond this worldly any attraction. Na shochati na kankshati. So I was well established. That is supposedly like highest achievement one can get. But he said, no, I was attracted by Krishna Lila. If Krishna Lila would be something mundane, as Mayavadis think or as materialists they will think, then Shukadeva Goswami would not be attracted. Also for Kumaras, they were also in Brahmananda, but they would not be attracted if that would not be superior. Mahaprabhu also, he was fully following sannyas, dharma, fully renounced, totally. But why he was hearing about Krishna and gopis? And that is highest, because that is transcendental, not mundane thing. It's totally different thing. So in order to show about the position or the actual nature of Krishna Lila, he was sent because he was topmost Brahmagyani and the yogi also, Shukadeva Goswami, to show. And Mahaprabhu also following sannyas, strict, not even hearing a name of woman, but they are worshipping Krishna with the gopis. So that is transcendental, described by enlightened verses, not mundane poetry, but enlightened verses. Uttama shloka lila, enlightened. Utta means highest, but Sai Maharaj here, because that to show that that is transcendental, enlightened verses. Those who are enlightened souls, they are in realization. They can speak directly from realization, the transcendental sound. It is not different from Krishna. They can speak by Krishna's grace. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in that song, he said, Siddha deho diya brindavana maje sevamrita korudan piyaya prem mata kori more shuno ninjugunugan. You give me that capacity. You give me that spiritual forum. You make me drink that prem, and in that prem I will sing your glories and you will hear. That is proper Harikatha. But for practitioners, our Gurudev explained, Prabhupada told to everyone you speak Harikatha, but how we are not realized souls? Prabhupada also said only realized souls can speak Harikatha. So Gurudev explained that it means what we heard from bona fide realized souls and from authentic scriptures, that we have to hear first with submission. And then we have to repeat that, what we heard, as a practice, as a service of Krishna, that will purify our mind, not with the view, now I know, I will teach others, you see how I'm learned, and all. No, as a practice, to purify yourself and to get devotion, pure devotion. This is like a sadhana, and in that way we can speak Harikatha without any false pride. And those who are realized souls, they have no false pride, because they're in touch with unlimited reality. They can never have any pride, I know everything. So enlightened verses, this is not ordinary sound. Mahaprabhu told, Sundaring Kovita, I am not praying to you for having this quality of making nice poetry and arts and all these things, and this is all worldly thing. But this poetry of Bhagavatam or songs of Narottam Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and the writings, this is not mundane poetry. It is transcendental. Our Gurudev told, even if you don't understand the meaning, still it will have effect on you, devotional effect. And according to your submission, that meaning will be revealed. Tat aham te vidasyami maha paurushiko bhavan yasya shradadhatam ashu syan mukunde matihsati. That very SRIMAD Bhagavatam I shall recite before you, because you are the most sincere devotee of Lord Krishna, one who gives full attention and respect to hearing SRIMAD Bhagavatam achieves unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord, the giver of salvation. Matih Sati means unflinching mati. One will get. But here it is stated to whom he is speaking. To one who is a sincere devotee, because Shukadev, Parikshit Maharaj took shelter. Then Krishna sent Shukadev Goswami. He is eligible to hear. Otherwise, They will not. Because you are devotee, I am or surrendered, I will speak to you. And if someone will hear this Bhagavatam, then he will get unflinching faith, means realization, like his mind will be fixed on Krishna by hearing Bhagavatam. This is what will happen. Matirna Krishna Parato Swatova, Prahlad Maharaj said to Hiranyakashipu, I did not get this mati, means my mind is not on Krishna by my own effort or by the effort of other conditioned souls or by combined effort. No. It is impossible. Those who are attached to senses, these world things, it is impossible their mind will go to Krishna. So I did not get this devotion from them, from me, or combined. Only one who is transcendentally situated, Nishkinchan, pure devotee, if you get dust from his lotus feet, you take bath, then your mind will go to Krishna. So here Shukadeva Goswami is such. So he will speak, Parikshit Maharaj will hear, and whoever will hear, like Parikshit Maharaj, he will get that fixation of mind, unflinching, fixation of mind to Krishna, not deviating. Like Gurudev said, forgetting Krishna is a mistake. Etam nirvidyamananam ichatam akuto bhayam yoginam nripanirnitam harer namanu kirtanam. When I hear this verse, I remember Srila Bhakti Tilak Nishkinchan Maharaj. He likes to quote this verse and explain. It's a very important verse. O King, constant chanting of the holy name of the Lord after the ways of the great authorities is the doubtless and fearless way of success for all, including those who are free from all material desires, those who are desirous of all material enjoyment, and also those who are self-satisfied by dint of transcendental knowledge. Means for all, for Atmaramas, for them, for all, one will get success by Harer Nama Anukirtanam. Anu means constantly. Another meaning of Anu is in Anugatya. Here also Simon said, after the ways of great authorities, means in Anugatya. You have to follow the bona fide chanters, as Srila Gaur Govinda Sai Maharaj told. Only bona fide chanters are allowed in Srivasangam. Those who are chanting for Krishna satisfaction, without ulterior desires, without offenses, only for the satisfaction of Krishna. They are bona fide chanters. So they are authorities, we have to follow them. Constant chanting. There, our Gurudev was very, he pointed out in Shikastaka, commentary by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. Generally, we write when we start some scripture or letter, Guru Gaurango Jayata, all glory to Guru and Gaurango. But when writing commentary to Shikastaka, then Prabhupada wrote Shri Krishna Kirtanaya Nama. I am bowing down to Krishna Kirtan. Then what is this? We cannot understand. We understand Krishnaya Nama. We bow down to Krishna or Ramaya Nama, Gurave Nama, to bow down. But Krishna Kirtanaya Nama. What is this? Gurudev pointed out here, Prabhupada is, because he's a realized soul, he's making us understand that Krishna Kirtan and Krishna, they are not different. So I'm going down to Krishna Kirtan. Because later, next line, he's clarifying. Shri Krishna Sankirtan Vigraha Shri Gaura Sundara. The Vigraha means the form of Shri Krishna Sankirtan is Gaura Sundara. And Shri Krishna Sankirtan Shri Gaura Sundara Jai Hog, and Shri Krishna Sankirtan Kari Gurudevar Jai Hog. And all glory to Gurudev, who is Shri Krishna Sankirtan Kari, one who can do Krishna Kirtan, actual Krishna Kirtan. That pure, that is not different from Krishna. I'm going down to that Kirtan, Prabhupada telling, and Mahaprabhu is the form of that Kirtan. And Gurudev is the one who can do that Kirtan. So all glory to them. So we can do Anukirtan. We can follow Gurudev. He can do Kirtan. If we follow, that will be for the satisfaction of Krishna. With vanity, false pride, that false ego, we cannot do Krishna Kirtan. Maybe a sound will come out, but it will not be real name, real Krishna Kirtan. It will not give those all effects. So, and here the word is Nama Anukirtanam. Both meaning can be. Anu means in Anugatya, and Anu means constantly. So who can constantly chant Harinam? Mahaprabhu told. Who is eligible to constantly chant Harinam? One who will have these four qualities. Trinada Pisunichana means he is well established in his real ego. I am eternal servant of Krishna. He has no false pride. Our Gurudev used to explain, when you step on the grass, anyone can step on the grass, very low birth, so it will bow down, it will go down. But when you stand off, then grass will stand up again. Will say, I am someone of this world, I have some position. Gurudev said, you have to be humbler than a blade of grass. No worldly ego. Sarva padavi nirmuktam. Tat pratan nirmuktam. No worldly ego. That means more humble than a blade of grass. Grass also has some ego. I am someone of this world. So more humble means you have to realize I am not gross or subtle matter. I am of Krishna. That is Trinada Pisana. Then Tarora Pisahisnuna, more forbearing than three. Because Vaishnavas, they see all is grace of Krishna. So they will not take revenge or they will not protest. They will accept it as the grace of Krishna, all kinds of trouble. And they will not deprive anyone of their benefit, thinking they are my enemy. No. They cannot. See, and they have no desire for respect, but they will give due respect to all, seeing their relation with Krishna. So one who is having these four qualities, he can constantly chant Harinam. Then he will get this effect. He will be free from Akuto Bhayam, that extreme fear. It can, our Nishkinchan Maharaj explained in that way. Here, the doubtless and fearless way, or you will be free from that fear of material existence. So, by this chanting, but this we have to achieve. It is not so easy, such constant chanting, these four qualities, again, by practicing. under the guidance of bona fide Guru sadhana, then the more our false ego will get melted away and the real ego will come, then we can do this process, then we will get that result. So tomorrow we will further share.